Welcome, everybody. My name's Tammy. Welcome to the Fearless Freedom Show. I have a special opportunity here to share with everybody tonight, and it's kind of a new, you could say, venue that I'm presenting this because I have a guest speaker on here tonight. I've been using systems for 12 years, 13 years now, and so I can, I guess, attest for something when I see something, and I'm like, wow. I saw my friend LaFonda here. I've known her for 13 years. I saw her post something to her Facebook wall, and you're all going to learn about this tonight. And I messaged her and I'm like, hey, can you send me this information? And she's like, sure. Well, then I got connected with Tanya, Wonder Woman, right? That's her name online, aka Wonder Woman. And so we started talking. And I said, you know what, this would be really cool if we could get some more information. So we went and met with Z. Her name is Z. So we went to meet Z on Thursday, mind you. This is just 5 days in. This is how fast your life can change. And I want people to keep an open mind here tonight because I always keep my mind open. It's like a parachute, right? That's how we all learn. So anyway, so we met with Zephora, Rob, and I, and we sat down, we had coffee, and she did a scan on us. And it just blew my mind because I was like, you know what? For about a year and a half, I have been searching for something for my family. We got four more people in the waiting room. I think I have to be the ones to admit them. I apologize. So we literally met. I got a body scan. I says, okay, this is crazy. I need to let some people know. This is how fast this can happen. So I messaged my friends real quickly. I said, Valerie, you got to hear about this. We gotta get this product. And I'm actually taking three of the products already. So it's really cool because I think what happens in the industry and in this space, we think this just can't be, this is too good to be true, right? Because that's what Bob and I usually say. So about a year and a half, we've been trying to find some supplements for him, myself, Rob, and Amanda. And I had a knee surgery in September. So I've been really, really like trying to figure out how can I recover, right? Quickly. So anyway, I think it's really important that people find out about this technology because I personally don't like to go to doctors. Nothing wrong with doctors. They are needed. But anyway, we sat down and we talked to Zephora. That's her name. And she's so sweet. And she's Tanya's friend. And so I just wanted people to understand this is our story and we're sharing it with people as much and as fast as possible. Okay. So I have a special guest on here. Rob and I, we work together online. We build teams. I've built teams for 13 years now, but I've never seen anything this fast, James. I mean, I can't keep up with my inboxes. I can't keep up with my emails. I've had over 100 people come to my sales funnel. I use sales funnels. It's just how I've done things, and you do too. More people are coming on. First name only, please, and make sure you're muted. So let's see. Fran, can you just mute Angel, mute iPhone? I'm just trying to make sure everybody's muted. I'm going to have to make James, I believe if you have to share your screen, do I have to make you co-host?
Yeah, if
Or
you could, that'd be great.
all right, cool. So anyway, so we're here to learn about this technology, and I just want people again to, have an open mind. He's going to go over, of course, there's a sharing, a referral part to this, right? Rewards plan. And I just like it because I have been asked a lot, and I don't know how many times people when I close sales, I'm a high ticket sales closer, and then when people are on the phone with me, they're just like, Tammy, I just don't feel good. I'm sorry, I got to cancel. By the way, this is our granddaughter, Charlotte. She's my inspiration. She's Bob's inspiration, her uncle's inspiration. But when people are talking to you, and I can tell you, I mean, on my, you know, I don't even know how many times I'll get off the phone. I'll say, geez, that guy, he really is not feeling well. So it's everywhere, right? In the past 5 years, we don't have to re-explain what's been happening. So I feel like this is a great addition to what we're doing here with the Fearless Freedom Movement. And that's what we have. So for the past 5 years, we've been sharing opportunities that really fit within this peg. So everybody has asked me, can you please find a residual component to get Fearless Freedom? So I just wanted to lay that foundation and that, I wanted to put that out there. So, right, Rob? A lot of people have asked us for that. And so I have looked at a lot of companies, James, probably just like your story, like 100 companies until I found this one. And I said, okay, this is the one. So anyway, I'm going to introduce James. We just met tonight. Again, this is just 5 days ago. Okay. And we're going to probably pack out a Zoom by the time we got 30 people on here already. So I predict that we're going to have 100 people on here tonight, no doubt. So message your friends, text your friends, say, hey, you know what? You got to get on this Zoom here tonight because you need to hear it. Okay. So James, I'm just going to have you, introduce yourself, how you found out about the company. I obviously found out about the company through LaFonda and Tanya, and I'm having a blast. I don't know. I just love how you describe everything and your energy on Zooms. It's fun. I'm like, these are the people we want to work with, right, Rob?
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, right? Because a
Mhm.
short story on me, I've been around for 26 years in the industry. I don't know how
Okay.
long, Sammy, how long have you been around in the
Well,
industry?
13, but I've been
13. Okay.
self-employed for 37 with my hubby. Before this, we were real estate investors and mortgage brokers.
Oh, beautiful. And that's the thing about this is, for 26 years, I've had a lot of success. I've earned seven figures, all those different things in the industry. And I feel all of that has been getting us ready for where we are right now. I'm a
Mhm.
believer in anyway, no matter who you are, your beliefs or anything. I'm always a proponent of whatever you're doing today is preparing for what's coming tomorrow that you don't even see yet. And so I've been in this industry for 26 years. I've been in multiple different companies where I've had success, and I've also been on both sides of the coin. I've built very large organizations, and I've also been in corporate. So when you have that, it's almost like you see too much sometimes. I retired twice from this industry. And if you don't know, the industry we're talking about is direct sales, network marketing, leveraged income opportunities, where you are building an organization, if you choose to, that basically creates residual income for you so you can continue to earn income after you do the first initial work. And so I've been always pursuing that over the last 26 years. And like I said, I've had success, but being on the corporate side, I left the industry for about 5 years-ish, between 2015 to 2019, and had a marketing agency where, like Tammy mentioned, I built funnels and systems and everything. It was a seven-figure business, but I missed network marketing in a way. I missed the camaraderie, I missed the culture, but I'd also been around organizations, corporate and also field wise, where I didn't know if that culture was possible. So in 2019 into 2020, and we all know what happened then, I got back into the corporate consulting side because I really wanted to work with a company so we could build something from the top down. The challenge is in this industry, just like any industry, people have egos. They all believe they know the way to do it, and they're going to do it their way. And been paid a lot of money for consulting for people to not take my advice, and it's been interesting over the last 5 years. And so I've been kind of hunting for a place where we could have the best of both worlds. And I have in the past had roles where I was in the field building and also in corporate, whether it was a consulting role or even a public role. Or sometimes I just did a corporate role and I didn't build in the field. And when I was presented with what we're going to talk about tonight, it was at a time in my life where I didn't really know my next step. I had an organization last year that we had about 16,000 people in our group. We were doing, $500,000 in sales. And was at a point at the end of last year that I didn't know what the next step was. There were some things that we were battling inside that company, culture clashes and all these different things. And I opened myself for what was out there. And the challenge when you do that is there's a lot of stuff out there to be open to. I don't know about you, Tammy, but I think every day it's like,
Every
oh my
day.
gosh, this. Oh my gosh, it's the best. Oh my gosh. Can
Yep.
you do this? Can you be? I want you to be the first in. I'm like, I don't know about that because I think, and I date myself, right? I say at my age, at my age, I'm not looking to risk my reputation anymore because I've done that in the past. And I really wanted to be in a place where when I learned about what we're going to talk about this evening, I was brought down to their headquarters to really evaluate the company for a friend of mine. And I thought maybe I could come to the company, help them launch, and we're going to talk about that tonight. And that was the first thing, the reason why I went down there was to help evaluate, help my friend make a good decision, and really see if this could be something I could come and add value to at the corporate level. When I went and visited the company, something kind of magical happened, where when I met the people in charge, I went, wow, these are my people. These are people that work harder than I do. And I don't know how that's possible because I literally work from 8 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night and I'm going and going and going. But they're pacing me, which usually that's not how it is, especially at the executive level. Usually, executive level people, I have office hours from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and you can call me anytime. I have a family. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're building this together. And usually corporate executives take this as a job, not as a business that I'm helping them build, that we are helping them build. It's a job to them. And so when I came into Vital Health, which we're going to talk about here tonight, it was different. And we're going to go over what that difference meant and why it was different. I'm not going to bore you with lots of slides. I'm not going to go through every single one, but I do want to hit on some bullet points about what this is and what it's not also because there are so many companies out there. I'm sure Tammy, just like you, I could go at the top of this company, I could go get this deal over here. There's so many things out there because a lot of companies are in trouble right now. And they're in trouble because they're playing the wrong game. They're trying to play the supplement game. We're the best science in the business. We have the best supplements on the planet. Or they're trying to play the business game. And they're going, we're the best compensation plan. Come here. And when you're doing that and you're going back and forth with each other, you're going to have this thing where you see, if you're in this industry at all, you see people shift from company to company to company. And a lot of it is because companies are competing with each other. And when you compete, you expose what everyone's doing. And so everyone's always looking. No one's really unrecruitable in this industry anymore. Everyone's open, right? Hey, Tammy, if you got something, show it to me. I'm open. What do you got? I'll give you my opinion on it. Can't say yes, can't say no, but I'm open. And so, because of this whole influencer era, the social media era, I believe, I won't go down this rabbit hole, but I believe social media kind of killed network marketing in a way, because it used to be like we grinded and we went to hotel meetings and we made calls and we got no's and it was all this stuff. And now it's like, I just post something on social media and Tammy will go on and buy it. And then she'll be $1 million earner and I never have to talk to her. Well, that's not how it works. And so here, what we're doing at Vital Health, and we're going to go into a little bit about why it's like this, is it's more than just products. Because when we look at what we're looking to do, yes, we're looking at health, we're looking at wealth, we're looking at making an impact. But in reality, we are looking to improve people's health at a very cellular core level, not, hey, take this product and all your worries will go away. Because the thing about it is it doesn't exist. Whenever you hear and you see ads or you see people in social media or network marketing world go, oh my gosh, take this product. It does 95 different things. Pick which one it will do for you, and maybe it'll work. We have a 90-day guarantee, so why don't you buy it? That's kind of what a lot of people do in network marketing. And so what we do here is we want to go, no, we want to actually educate and improve someone's health and make them aware of what's going on in the world so they can be aware of what's going on in their body. And when we talk about, why we're doing this and what separates us from other companies, if you really want to go apples to apples with other network marketing companies or other wellness companies, what are the superpowers that we have? I believe we have five. I have a podcast that we talked about that today, actually. But really, our core three is adaptogens, nanotechnology at affordable pricing. What's that mean? Adaptogens are mushrooms, herbs, things that have worked for thousands of years. This is not like, oh my gosh, I wonder if fenugreek is going to work. Do you think like ginseng is going to help your memory? I don't know. Go on PubMed. It says 10,000 reasons that you should take ginseng. But the thing that we did here is we took adaptogenic formulas that were already working at a clinical level with thousands of documented cases of success at a very high level. And we took these adaptogenic formulas and we said, okay, let's add nanotechnology to it and put some experiential products like I'm drinking right now. We'll talk about our experiential products with nanotechnology in it at an affordable price. Because here's the thing. If I convince Robert to buy this drink from me for $80, because that's the average product price in network marketing, Robert goes, oh man, that sounds awesome. You lost weight, you feel energy. Great, I'll try it. He tries it. It works for him too. Robert goes, this is great. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I wonder what the ingredients are. Oh, okay, okay. I wonder if I get that cheaper on Amazon. He goes on Amazon, looks up the ingredients, goes, oh man, there's something that's kind of like it. It's missing a couple ingredients, but it's $40. I'm gonna try it. He buys it off Amazon, doesn't tell me. that he bought it, buys it off Amazon, tries it, likes it, goes, this is awesome. And he takes the $40 product and he cancels his auto ship. And I never hear from Robert again. And that's what happens in network marketing a lot because the thing about it is before the internet and before social media, to be honest, the consumer wasn't educated. The consumer trusted you because you were the source of the information. The source of the information now is limitless. I mean, ChatGPT, just go to ChatGPT and ask it whatever you want. I have a bot that literally can go compare every network marketing company's compensation plan, their product line, and their executive team. That was a fun one to make. And out of all of the companies, Vital Health always, and again, this is an unbiased opinion, this is a bot doing it, always in the top three because of mainly these three things. Because when you have adapted into the nanotechnology, usually you're at a very high price point. Here, we're at a very affordable price point, even below Amazon prices. And that's really what we're looking to do because you want to have safe and effective products that work, that are free of heavy metals, that are lab tested, GMP certified, non-GMO, all the things that our US, health and wellness community wants. They want very high quality, but they don't want to pay any money for it. And so when we look at how do you get both of those in the same place, high quality, low cost, that seems like you said absurd. Where would you exactly find that? And it's really because of how our company was founded. Our company was founded by a gentleman or he was one of the co-founders, but he was the original formulator, Dr. Antonio Rodriguez, aka Dr. Tony. He started a clinic down in Hermosillo, Mexico, and his goal was to basically heal people with herbs and adaptogenics because he believed that he is a naturopathic, certified naturopath. He's got his MD, all these different things. And he wanted to create a way that he could help people like his mom that passed away before he was 16 from diabetes. Because in Mexico, they don't have a lot of medicine that can help that. And so he wanted to create a way that he could heal people at a very low cost because the cost of living in Mexico is low. And so he couldn't go out and prescribe very expensive medications. And he literally combined adaptogenic ingredients in his garage, made pills, figured out the formulations, and they worked and they got results. And now, since then, we've created a larger advisory board like this one guy, Gustavo Gonzalez. He's somebody that's very world renowned in terms of quality control. And Vital Health literally acquired him because they want to go, we want to be the highest quality no matter where we are in the world. And so we're going to bring him in. And he wasn't for hire. So it wasn't cheap to bring him in either. But they put that at such a high level of quality. That's what they're really looking to do. And here's where we get into, what you talked about too in the beginning, Tammy. I love systems. I'm a system person. I love funnels. I love, hey, if I can do it and you can do it, we can all win, right? If I can do it and you can't do it, we're not going to win. And this is the first company that really brought this idea. Maybe you've seen this before, but it was the first time for me where they said, listen, your health is not mysterious. It's not mysterious. And there's no magic to help it. God gave you, or whatever your beliefs are, God gave you this body. You were born with a certain set of systems. And your goal is to heal those systems. When you heal the systems, you heal the body. It's not take this drink, take this tincture, and you magically feel better. You have to look at it like all the things in your body are connected to each other. So if you're overweight, that could be related to fatty tissue in your liver. And you don't even know that. But you're taking supplements. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to lose 30 pounds in 30 days and all this kind of stuff. And it just doesn't work because your liver and kidney are full of toxins. And if those are full of toxins, no matter what you do, you are going to be overweight because it has to cleanse those toxins. For me, I'm always this in weight. I fluctuate, and I would say this honestly, I fluctuate between 240, people never know this, between 240 and 220. People have no clue because I guess I wear it. I wear it well, but they never know. Now I've lost 13 pounds really without doing a lot. And I'm not saying that because, oh my gosh, guys, this is the weight loss mecca. The reason I lost weight because I followed the protocol. I detoxed my body. I restored it. I nourished it and I waken it every day. And now I'm on a maintenance cycle. I know exactly what I take every day. I'm getting all the nutrition my body needs. I don't like taking a lot of pills, but I do like taking adaptogenics, nootropics, mushrooms, all those different things that I know are natural for my body. And I take one vitamin drink a day. So in a lot of companies that have been in the past, I'm taking like 15 vitamins. I'm taking a B and I'm taking a this and a that. I don't take any of that. I take adaptogenics and one vitamin drink, and that's what I do. So it really is, I'm like having alchemy with my body. And is everyone going to take everything? No. It just depends on what your body needs. So the detox side is very simple. We're detoxing the kidney, we're detoxing all of the organs, we're balancing the blood sugar levels, we're using a detox tea to purge toxins from the entire body and the gut, and we're doing it in a light daily way. You can do the detox tea. I'll do it for like a 7-day period. What I love about a detox tea is the price. It's $8. So it's like if I bought tea at the store, like if I'm not thinking, oh my gosh, my detox tea is $40. No, it's $8. So it makes it really easy for you to use it to a whole gallon of it. The organics, the iodine, those are kidneys and liver. So those are all cleansing the kidney and liver. Those are like 25 bucks as a member. So the pricing here is so low that even the retail pricing is usually what we pay as preferred customers or as affiliates. So retail is like 50, 37 to $50, somewhere in there. And then our discounted price is like 25 bucks. So this is the detox line. So this is where a lot of people start. We actually have a challenge coming up that's going to do this next month. But after this, then it's restore. My favorite product in this lineup is Glutation Plus. This is your glutathione, your tetracurcumin, your spirulina. This is an amazing cleansing of the cellular level of a product, and it tastes good, and it's a tincture under the tongue. Omegas, the Vitali, this blue one here, that is great for anybody with ADHD. You have sleep issues. If you need sleep, here's all you gotta do: take two of these and a dropper and a half of Glutation Plus, and you'll be out. If you have aches, if you have joint aches, Idodol is what you need. Even muscle aches. Again, these are all natural ways to restore the body. Now, will you take all of these? No. It'll depend on what your body needs. These are herbs. These aren't vitamins you're taking. They're herbs to help the body. If you need to control hunger, I love this one, is V Control. V Control, it does hunger. And somebody's calling me on my phone. Hold on a second. There we go. Hold on. Got somebody calling me and I can't cancel it. I don't know why. There we go. Okay. I couldn't cancel my phone call. But when it comes in on WhatsApp. So that's really what we have with the restore line. So again, these are all things that you're going to use depending on what your body actually needs. Then we've got Nourish, and Nourish is, you're putting things back into your body. V Daily is what I'm drinking right now. I actually do a V Daily and collagen. I mix those two together. Our collagen, if you really compare it to all the collagens out there on the market, it's $1.22 a serving, but it's got 4 different kinds of collagen, resveratrol, NAD, bone broth. It really is a beauty drink, and it's 45 bucks. And so all of these are very low cost and very high yield in terms of what they can do for the body. And again, we've got videos that will go over all of this. We've got new ones coming out. This is probably my favorite line because if you're a coffee drinker, raise your hand if you're a coffee drinker. I'm a coffee drinker, and I would venture, not drinker, snob. I'll
Drinking
just
right
label.
now, James.
There you go. I'm a coffee snob. So I'm the person that pays a lot of money for coffee in the store, and I'll have to get this certain one, the Kona blend that I get all the time. And so I'm really picky. And when I tasted this coffee, I was like, wow, this is actually good coffee, and it has benefits. And I can get it for $6 a bag. I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm sold. How do I sign up? Because we got Thermo Cafe, which is for revving up your metabolism, for weight loss, for really curbing the appetite. We've got people that they forget to eat all day because of that coffee. Then you've got Neuro Cafe. It's probably the one that I like midday-ish. It lights your brain up on fire. Ganoderma, mushroom blend. It's got ginseng in there. Then Love Cafe is your libido slash hormone balancing blend. And these are all adaptogenic. So what that means is people will hear, wait a minute, if I don't want libido, do I need libido? Well, no. You're going to get what your body needs and craves from these ingredients, and that's how it works. So all of these coffees are inexpensive, mold-free, toxin-free, the whole 9 yards. I actually had a friend that she's like, I can never drink coffee because even if there's like a hint of like mold or something in it, she like breaks out. And this, she drinks it every day now because it's actually clean coffee that doesn't cost a lot. And we're coming out with more. The product we just went over, that's the beginning. I can't, because we're recording this, right? Yeah, I can't go over anything that we're coming out with, but we've got at least, I would say, 10 game-changing products on the horizon over the next 3 to 6 months. And a kids line, and a skincare line, And yes, it'll all be super high quality and super low prices. And so that's what you're going to see from this company from a product standpoint. And then the creme de la creme on top of it is now this is not proprietary to our company. Now, the quantum bioelectric scanner has been around for a while. What we did is we programmed it with all of our protocols and our products. And so when you take this scan, it can say, hey, here's 45 key functions, and here's how you rate in those key functions. It's a oximeter and a pulse rate. It was an updated version of it, and it sends a frequency through your body, and it measures the water molecules and says, here's where you're lacking, and here's what you need to make up for it. And then it goes, based on that, here are some products that might help with that. So this is not a diagnostic tool. We are not medical practitioners. This is a tool to go and say, if you're wondering, because you don't need this to get the products, but if you're wondering, I'm taking these products, is this actually helping me at a level I can see? Then you can do this. It's kind of like a tricorder in Star Trek in a way. It's really fun. It's like 3 minutes, and so this is $300 for this. We do promotions on it all the time for different things. But again, this is a tool. We're not in the scanner business. We don't make money from selling scanners. This is really a way to make it so somebody can have a really deep understanding if they're going down that wellness journey in a good way. So, Tammy, I'm going to pause there for a second because that's all the products out of the way. And then over the next 10 minutes or so, I can go through kind of more company and how the rewards plan works. But let me pause there for a second and see if you or anybody else has any questions.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, it's amazing because when you think about it and just our story, I'm just going to talk about our story. I mean, ever since I started my heart health journey, I call it, and a lot of people know in 2015, and my doctor said to me, my doctor back east said, you know what, Tammy, if you want to be there for your kids, you really need to do something. So it was an eye-opening experience, you know. So I went on a heart health journey and I lost like 70 pounds the first year, 30 the next year, 30 more. I lost like 130 pounds, almost like a person. And so because of being on Zoom and, things like that, I've spoke on stage like you, James, and things like that. I have to take care of my body and I have to make sure I'm sharp, right? So, but then when the, you know what, hit the fan, I had some complications. And so it's really frustrating to, especially like you say, in the space, they're always pitching you, hey, Tammy, you want to try this? So I get products sent to me all the time. So, but the difference in like Bob and I have talked about this because we are the also the investor mindset, okay? We've done that for years, online businesses. My husband has offline stuff. So we looked at this like, okay, this is awesome. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna have a local get together actually because Tanya, we're gonna head that up. And I think it's exciting because like you said, the thing about this is that most people are just trying to throw a dart at the wall to hopefully that product is going to help them or fix it. Like this is finally when Rob saw his scanner report, and I hope I can say this okay. Of course, it's recorded, so if you want me to not post it anywhere, I won't. But Tammy has a tendency to flap my lips a little bit more than
I certainly can tell
but
everyone about what I saw
yeah, he's going to
and
share his
compliance
story.
specialist.
Right. I mean, we were like eye opened, and then LaFonda's like, uh-oh, Tammy found out. Like, this is going to, change a lot of lives. Because if you are just constantly buying product after product, I mean, we could like show you guys our cupboards. Even Valerie said it to me. And we're LaFonda's like, all these products, but if you don't get the scan to find out how's that working for you? Like in 30 days, like Z, she's so amazing. She's like, hey, we can meet up in 30 days. We'll do this again. I'm like, girl, I'm gonna go get one. You know what I mean? So I just think that that's what separates this company, that is how they've integrated it. The other thing I loved about it, James, is the fact that there's a bot that like you're talking about, but even if you don't have the scanner, you can type into the bot. And don't worry, I have a Google document for everybody that stays to the end where you can learn all about this. If you want to take this and look at it like we did. But anyway, that is so incredible because you can type it in. Okay. So like for me, I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. I'm walking, I'm eating right and doing everything, got a busy schedule, and everything like that, like everybody. But it's the tweaks that you get. You can tell I'm on this coffee, can't you? This coffee that came in. I'm taking the daily greens, the coffee. Like this is good stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Rob's drinking it right now. Like we made this coffee right before the Zoom, and typically, what are we like on the Zooms? Like this is the thing when you're coaching people and they're just sitting there, and you're thinking, "Can I get through to them tonight?" But it's not coming through to them. This is gonna be a game changer to my community because they're gonna be excited and they're gonna be able to think clearer. See what I mean? I mean hypothetically. I'm just talking hypotheticals here. But you know what I mean, James? Like after a while, when you're coaching people and you're trying to get them to understand something about funnels, like and things like that, right? You want them to
But
be able to
it's always draining
understand it.
you. And the thing about it is that, do you reach for energy? Do you reach for coffee again? And it's like I love the idea that I can take half a scoop of the Neuro Cafe at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and light my brain up and not be like, okay, now I can't sleep for 9 hours.
Yep.
Because so many coffee products on the market and network marketing are like 100, 160 milligrams of caffeine, and it's all made to jack you up. So you're like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing.
Yeah,
When
this
it's like,
stuff is not like that. It's just a
yeah,
calming effect.
yeah, huge.
No, I think it's great for people to see the product because obviously you got to, have that love and passion for that. And I've had this. I mean, my sister taught me about herbs and things like that, and my grandmother did. I grew up on a farm, and she used to always take us out into the pasture. Anybody remember this when you're a farmer? So we'd go out to the pasture, and she'd say, "Tammy, you got to actually eat the dandelion root." I'm like, dandelion root? Really? I've noticed that you actually have dandelion root in some of these products. So this is the thing. It's like bringing back people to the roots of the problem. Like back in the day, the 60s, the 70s, like the actual, root of the problem and having what I love about it is it's from Mexico. The company's based out of Mexico and I've been there before to Bob and I had our honeymoon there. So we just know that this is great and where it's heading. I'm excited. I'm really excited about the company. So Rob will save your testimonial to end. James is going to go over the comp plan, I think,
Hmm.
and then we can take questions at the end.
Yeah, perfect. So I do have another thing at 7 o'clock that I have to hop on. Another
Oh, okay.
launch. In 30 minutes we'll be good to go, and
All
you
right.
guys can
Good
take
to
back
go.
over.
All right, cool.
Yeah, what I'll go through really quick over the next like 10, 15 minutes or so. And again, if you have questions, put them in the chat.
Put them in the
I'm
chat,
a question
everyone.
person. And so here's the thing. We talked about all the products, right? And you go, okay, we talked a little bit about how this company was founded, but I think it's important to know the roots of the company and why it became a company and where it's going now and really the vision of where this is. And so we kind of take back the clock a little bit. So this guy right here, his name's Alex Frenoso. He was in a company that starts with an M, ends with an A, and they sell oils. He was in that company for 15 years. He was a top 1% income earner in that company. He earned 6 figures a month at one point and was one of the number one people in that company. And he did really well for 15 years. I mean, started as a kid in the company and grew up in the industry and became really successful. What he noticed though, as he came into like his 10th, 12th year, he noticed that it wasn't walk away income because he had to keep producing or he had to keep helping other people producing. And if he didn't produce and they didn't produce, the money would just stop. Even though he had a massive team, a massive organization, he was the number one in Mexico for many, many years. And so what he did is he diversified his income. And so what he did is he started a manufacturing company because what he knew is he knew supplements and health very well. And so he started getting into manufacturing of products in the wellness supplement space. And that's what he did for a few years. He started in 2018, 2019. And then in 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. His whole family got sick, and everyone said, you got to go see Dr. Tony. You got to see Dr. Tony. And he went and saw Dr. Tony. Dr. Tony, his whole family was all healthy again. And Alex said, wow, I'm a businessman. How do you plan on doing expansion? Are you looking for investors? Because again, he was in diversification mode, right? So he's like, hey, I can get into the clinic space. Why not? And Dr. Tony was like, yeah, actually, I already have, investors lined up. I'm going to expand my clinics. That's what I'm going to do. And they got talking. They became friends. And he found out what Alex actually does. And Alex asked him, like, hey, would you like me to manufacture your products? And Dr. Tony was like, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I need somebody that has quality control and everything. And then he said, well, what if we brought your product, this idea, to a global level through network marketing, through direct sales? He's like, I've been in the industry for a long time. I can be the manufacturer of the products. And why don't we put it together? And this is the divine stuff that happens that you're like, no, come on, that doesn't happen. Well, Dr. Tony said, well, I actually know network marketing. I've done that with my friends in the past in a company that we were the top in the company. Alberto and Gustavo, we call them the Beretta brothers. They're very well known down in Hermosillo. And we did that in 2017, 18, and 19. And then that company, the founders actually passed away. If you don't know this company, passed away in a tragic airplane accident, and it just stopped. And they went back to their businesses, and Dr. Tony went back to his clinic, but they knew and loved the industry. So, short story, they all got together in 2022 and said, "We're going to start Vital Health." And it was really meager in the beginning. It was, 4 employees, packing everything up, pushing the boxes together. And, they did about 1 million in sales that first year. Then next year, they did about 4.3 million in sales, pretty good growth. Then they did 41 million. And so when you have that big pop of growth, you go, what happened? Did they expand? Did they acquire a leader? What happened to that growth? Where did it come from? And all it really was taking the Hispanic market in Mexico and they expanded into the Hispanic market in the US. So right now, the company has about 80,000-ish affiliates, and less than 1% speak English. And I don't mean as a second language. I mean one less than 1% speak English, and most of them are on this call right now. And so we're a very small percentage of this company that has zero debt, owns their own manufacturing, owns their own logistics company. We just bought a $2.5 million building in Arizona where we are going to be the logistics company. We are the pick and packer. Because here's I think it's a misinformation in network marketing. The idea or direct sales or even direct to consumer, people go, "Oh, we're cutting the middleman out." Well, you're not really, because if you're white labeling a product and you're hiring someone for your logistics and you're hiring someone for your back office and you're hiring for all these different things and you're third partying it out, they all get a cut. And the last person in normal network marketing, the old way, to get a cut of the pie is the person that did the sale. So just like the last person, like Target gets the last piece of the pie because it has to get distributed to Target, and then Target sells it and they make a small amount, but they have a lot of targets, so they make a lot of money. And so in our model, that's how it's been in network marketing. The distributor is the last one to get paid, and they're also the first one to get it taken away. Now, you don't take away money from your white label manufacturer. You don't take it away from your logistics company. But if someone in the field and you don't want to pay them anymore, you might as well take it away from them because, someone else will overcome that. And, we can get through that. And it's just the wrong way of thinking. And the way that Alex thinks of this is that Tammy is the most valuable player in the entire company. She gets paid first before the manufacturer, which is him, before the logistics, which is him, and before all the other people. And because again, he goes, if without Tammy, there is no company. So we are a 50-50 partner with our affiliates. And so that's what we're doing now is we have this base of those products we talked about, and we're going to add more. We expand into the USA. And you go, oh, that must have been a while ago. Well, they started last year in June. But really, the first people in the US didn't start growing anything English speaking until January. Then we really didn't start until last month was the first real growth month in the company. That's where me and my business partner came in. We went double diamond 21 days. That's where Tanya came in. She went double diamond in her first 30 days. And so it was one of those things. It was a perfect divine timing moment. You couldn't do it any different. And we went from having 2 diamonds in the US to having 12 in 1 month. And then this month there'll be more diamonds. And that just shows the growth of the company and how small we really are. And the idea of what we're doing here is that we really want to combine all of these ways to market. And this is what other network marketing companies are trying to figure out. They're trying to go, hey, how do we bolt on affiliate marketing? How do we appeal to an influencer? How would we put this in a retail location and sell it? Can people do online marketing? And the problem with retail, we'll just take that one. You can't retail network marketing products because what am I going to do? Put a $90 product on the shelf for 110 bucks? No one's going to buy that. There's no profit margin there. You need to be able to be like the manufacturer. You need to be able to be like Amazon. And the problem is pricing models of network marketing companies don't do that because they're not the manufacturer. They're not the logistics provider. They have all of this overhead that they have to do. We have about 450 employees, if there are any business people on this, just, I mean, either perk your ears up or cover your ears. I'm not sure what you'll want to do. But for almost 500 people, it costs the company about $220,000 a month for almost 500 employees. If you brought that into the United States, you'd be paying $4 million or more a month. And so you have this low overhead, and we double the pay for people that work with us. They never want to leave. And that's because it's a lower cost of living. And so when you take this business model and you go, okay, how do we combine it and how do we make it so people can make money and want to purchase the products, even if they compare them to Amazon? And right now, our momentum rank is actually 25. And again, I use this website. I have a interesting relationship with this website. But the reason I like to show this slide is because they can't fake the momentum rank. Because the momentum rank is based on website hits and visits to YouTube and actual real activity. And so our company is growing like crazy, and we actually pay out 57%. It's one of the highest in the industry. And so we've got all this growth going on, but no one's ever heard about us. That doesn't really happen in this industry. When my business partner brought me this, I'm like, I've never heard of this company. What do you mean it's been around for 3 years? Never heard of it. And it's because they've stayed in this formulation mode where they're constantly going, okay, what are we formulating next? Where are we going? What are we doing? And when you stay in that formulation mode, you get to open up markets really quickly. I mean, even today, we brought on a new shipper that'll allow us to get into 50 countries within the next six months. So we're going global and we're doing it fast. And so again, all these different things that we're putting together, you get to be a part of this. Now I want to talk, and again, the reason why I can go through this quickly is because it really is simple. It is the highest paying, and again, I've been around here for 26 years, so I can honestly say this. If you want to show me a compensation plan that pays that more, I'm more than happy to look at it. I have a file on my computer with about 90 different network marketing compensation plans. Some of them are not around anymore, but I just keep them anyway because it's like collecting old baseball cards. And so I can put all the compensation plans in and go, show me the one that pays the most, the longest. And there's only three that compare to each other, and this one always comes out on top. So we have a loyalty bonus. This is available for everybody. So again, you buy products if you're on auto ship every month, which is not a requirement, not a requirement at all. But if you do, you can get up to 30% back on your product purchases every month to buy products at an 80% discount. Let's say that one more time. You can go and spend 100 PV, 100 points. You buy 100 points, you get 30 back. You can use that $30 to go buy products at 80% off. So if I go to Tammy, I go, Tammy, if you buy products this month for $100, I'm going to give you 30 bucks. And then you can go buy products at 80% off. You should be like, okay, I'll buy them all. So it allows people to purchase a lot of products at discount prices. It's kind of like what people pitch as a membership model, right? But they don't really have a membership model. There's a couple companies out there that have discount prices, but then they don't pay any money and they don't talk about retail. Here, we want to really include everybody in the process. And this is I call this the pièce résistance. What's that word in French? I never can never say it correctly, but it's Tim, you know how to say that word in French? Pièce de
No, I'm
résistance.
not good at French at all.
Robert, how about you? Can you give me the French?
No,
Anyone
Okay.
on
unfortunately.
here?
I would
Anyone
love
know
to though.
We'll
French?
just call it the pinnacle. We'll call it the thing that no company can copy. It's
Okay.
really part of the compensation plan that no matter what anybody does, unless they're based where we're based, if they're debt free, they own all the manufacturing, they own all the logistics, then they could do it. Maybe because they still have to figure out how to source all the products. So here's the influencer bonus. I'm going to break it down in less than 2 minutes. Tammy,
Okay.
you go out and sell $300 of product, or you purchase $300 of product. Either way, you want to slice it. When that happens, you're now in our system. It goes, Tammy, check, check, is an influencer. That doesn't mean Tammy has 10,000 followers and she's an influencer because she sold $300 in product. When she does that in her back office, she can then go buy $400 worth of product for $40. Now, what could she do with it? She could use it for her own use, for her family, whoever she wants to give it to, or she could resell it to family and friends. And now you go, oh my gosh, we don't resell, we do online sales. But here's the thing, the average person, they're out driving Uber, they're doing DoorDash, they're doing things to make cash on hand. And so this allows the average person to go, hey, listen, I buy these products, I make some sales, I can then actually profit from selling products because you can't really profit from selling a $90 product, but you can profit from selling a $5 product. So remember when I talked about Amazon? If you know anything about Amazon, right? You go on Amazon, all that stuff is from Alibaba. So somebody went on Alibaba, they bought, they bought a phone case. I just bought some stuff on Amazon. This phone case I bought on Amazon, I paid I think $28 for it. It wasn't $28. They paid probably 4, and they made the difference. And that's how Amazon works. The problem with that is that we can't participate in that kind of profit unless you buy a lot of a product or business. Here, what the company's saying is like if Tammy influences people to spend $300 on our products, she can now have that product for $5. Either she can buy it and resell it up to $50, or she can keep it in her online store and sell it in her online store for $37 and keep the profit between $5 and $37, or sell it in person and make up to 900%. So the idea of this is you're basically sharing in the MSRP of what most network marketing companies have to pay to their third party provider or their white labeler or their logistics person. We don't have those costs. That's why most products are so expensive, because they have to multiply it to pay it out. So this is just one of those things. And so here's what happens really psychologically in our company. People buy a lot of products and they sell a lot of products because they can make a lot of money selling products. In other companies, you just can't do that. And then we have other bonuses. We got a first order bonus. We got a presenter bonus. We've got a binary bonus. We are not a binary. If you've ever been in a binary, don't worry. We're not one of those. We have a bonus on the front end that if you are a person that wants to build a team, if you're a person that goes, listen, I know Tammy. Tammy likes to build teams. She likes to get leveraged income. Tammy's going to go out. She's going to get people. They're going to come in. They're going to buy a pack. If that happens, I can earn up to $25,000 a week on my smaller team that's being built out. But again, that's just a bonus. If I don't build a team and I don't want to recruit people and I don't want to do that, this is a bonus. It's not attached to our residuals. It's not attached to our advancement. It's not attached to any of that. This is just an upfront bonus. But on top of that, if I help Tammy make money doing that bonus, I can earn a 50% match. So if Tammy earns $5,000 in a given week, because I personally enrolled her, which I didn't, I would get paid $2,500 for helping her build teams. But if she didn't build a team, I don't get a bonus. It's very simple. It's only for that one piece of the team, or one piece of the compensation plan. Then we have bonuses along the way. We have leadership trips and incentive trips. We have one going on right now, fully paid. The average incomes here. I'm going to pause here, and this is where we'll kind of land the plane a little bit. So you'll find here on average, we pay double for half the volume. So what does that mean? If you've ever been in this industry before, been in sales generally, you'll make around 10, maybe 12% of your total volume. So usually when you make 6 figures, so around $8,000 to $10,000 a month in this industry, you're looking at doing at least 100,000 to 200,000 ish in volume in a given month. Here, it's 50,000 to 100,000. So usually, and I'm probably preaching to the choir, Tammy. Usually in the industry, no one gets to the 6 figure income because it's really hard to get to 100,000 a month in sales. It's just not easy. And here we have people that are making $1,000 a month from 10,000 in sales. And this is just a team that's growing, and so this allows people to really make a residual income. We're not talking retail. We're not talking all the other ways we talk about income. We're talking residual, what people are making on a monthly basis. And so again, we won't record this. I know we are, but we won't talk about it. Last month we did 190,000 in sales on our team. We made $30,000. If you know this industry, do those numbers. Those don't match. It's not how it is. And I think there's only 2,000 in upfront bonuses in that anyway. So most of that was either residual or on the binary on the weekly pay. So again, the incomes here, and again, we show these because you want to show the potential. You want to show what could people possibly do. And we already have people making $80,000, $90,000, $100,000, $150,000 a month in the company, and no one knows about us yet. So it just makes it where, when you look at this, you really look at this at short, mid, and long term, because we own everything and we're growing like at a rapid rate. And we have a residual plan on the back end that pays through your enrollment tree. So again, usually in some of these enrollment trees, when you want to get like a 1% to infinity bonus, you got to get to like the tippy top of a compensation plan. You be a super duper platinum, diamond, whatever you want to be at the top, and you finally get an infinity bonus of 1%. Aren't you excited? It doesn't really matter by that time. You've lost so much money. Here, you get to get an infinity bonus at Sapphire. You get a 2% infinity bonus. So if you bring on someone like Tammy and she crushes it, guess what? Congratulations. You're gonna make 2% off that entire business no matter what. And so that's the thing. The company wants to pay. They want people to do well, and they want people to be here long term. And so the residual side of this is pretty crazy when you start to really dig into it. Then you mentioned it, Tammy, our system, our culture, the things that are like intangible sometimes, that's what we have too. We have daily power, AM power that you can plug into and get inspired every morning. We turn it into a podcast. We're the only company sponsored podcast that is field led in all of network marketing world. I checked it. There's some out there that they do it themselves. We actually corporately sponsor and produce the whole thing, and so that's AM Power. And it really just comes down to when somebody decides customer or affiliate, it's $29 a year. So it's not a huge decision to be an affiliate. It's $29 annual. We have a platinum pack. Again, you're not required to purchase this, but we do have a platinum pack that's 1,200. Like Tammy said, she's got 7 people that have done that already. One of the reasons is it's probably closing this month, early next month, the max, where you can participate in what we call a founders pool. Founders Pool allows you to get access to 1% of total customer sales every single year. Well, this year we're small, you know, but we're on track for 200 million in sales this year. We did 40 million last year. Then we'll do half a billion, and then we'll do a billion, maybe even 2 billion because of our expansion plan. And so that pool has a finite number of people in it. And in network marketing, what happens is people will fade out over time. And that value will go up. So again, if you are a person that wants to participate in that founders pool, that's what this is for. And also, I mean, it comes with 50 plus 58 products that you can, profit up to 130% by reselling it. You do all those different things with it, or just use it yourself because you're saving, I think, 62% on all the products on top of what you have. There are other packs too. Doesn't matter. You get in where you fit in. You can purchase a bronze, silver, or gold. You can always upgrade to the platinum whenever you want to. That's an easy way to do it too. But again, we have our first event. If you're in the Dallas area, just as one of my last pitches, and then I promise I'm done because I got to go. Is if you're in the Dallas area, come to this event. It's completely free. It's going to be all day Saturday. If you're in that Dallas area, drive out. We'd love to have you and host you there. It's going to be an event where it's our first official very first Diamonds Are Forever. So it's company sponsored and diamond led. So all the people on stage, they've achieved diamond and they're just going to be telling everything because our culture here is a one team culture. Like we don't compete with each other. We don't play the competition game. We all collaborate together, all the AM powers, our weekly calls, our Saturday trainings, all of them are all the people contributing to it. And everyone has their own little team and everything, but we all kind of meet up and come together and collaborate as one entity. So that is Vital Health.
Amazing, amazing job. Does anyone have any questions for James? And before he leaves, he has to go to a next Zoom. So does anyone have any questions now? Ask, because I'm still getting familiar with this company. I'm still new. 5 days. That's it. So Tanya, do you want to say anything? LaFonda, my two Wonder Women that introduced me to this. I love it. She's with her granddaughter too, so this is what we have in common. I have to ask. Oh, I have to ask to unmute. There you go.
Okay, I'm come out from behind the dark, behind the wall. Okay, you guys, James is amazing. He's the most incredible upline. He and Michael, you'll get to know them very well. I think probably the biggest thing that I want to share at this point is that this is once in a lifetime. Like I can't express that enough. And I've been in this industry 39 years. But I have never seen a company have everything together so perfectly as far as our history, the leverage that we have with, making 40, I thought it was 43 million last year, but then to be brand new inside the United States and Canada, to have something so solid, something you can bank on, something you can count on, and even more importantly, a story. when you understand, this story from Dr. Tony, I know personally that I was brought here because of the story, because of what he decided to do at such a young age to make a difference in the world, because both of his parents died of terminally, issues that are really causing a lot of problems in our world. Unfortunately, we live in a very toxic environment. I mean, would anyone agree? We've been pharmaceutical to death.
Yep,
We have, toxic
exactly.
food, all these things that are hopefully making a change in a right direction. But even still, people are sick and dying, and they need help. They need help. And we don't make claims at that capacity, but yet there are thousands of documented cases of people who have flown to Mexico, who have been sick, who are now well. That's why I was brought here. I got a diagnosis 3 months ago, and I know that's exactly why I was brought to this company, was because of that. So, we can change people's lives, and then the fact that they pay us so much for doing that is just unheard of. I've been in this industry for 39 years, and I have never seen something so perfectly put together on every single area. And then you throw in people like James and Michael and systems, and these guys just do it right. Like, I can just sit back. I just let them do the work, as you can see. I'm like,
I
just go
love,
right ahead,
right?
James. Just go ahead. Yep. I'm usually in the front instead of, hiding behind the scenes. But I want you to know that if you have something, if you're looking for whatever it is, even a community just to connect with, or, you do need some health, that scanner is a game changer.
It is.
It is a game changer. We've never had something like that in this industry. We have doctors and chiropractors and all over the place who are coming in because they can go and send a VIP message out to their clientele and say, hey, come and get scanned, and we're going to pinpoint exactly what's wrong in your body. It goes to your hair and your nails
Oh, I
and your
couldn't believe
liver.
it. I mean, we'll stay on as long as you guys want. I mean, James
Yeah.
has to leave, and Tanya, I mean, Rob, he was blown away. He doesn't go to doctors. And I got my son to go and visit with your friend, Z. I think she's on here. Absolutely love her. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for connecting us.
She's a celebrity chef, Chef
She's a
Z. She's been
celebrity
a
chef.
celebrity chef for Mariah Carey, Bob Hope, Nick. She's a cool breed, and she's 79 years old, and she is out there hitting that scanner all around Arizona right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. I will get you that link, John. Absolutely. Oh, you're Jay. Okay, Jay. Yeah, Jay Morris. Okay, great. I'm glad you're on. I'm going to put you on one of my legs. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'll put you on a
It's
leg.
all good. And if you break anything, we can always fix it. So know
Yeah.
that too. If
Oh,
there's anything
good.
that
So
goes
like,
wrong,
yeah,
yeah,
like Tanya and LaFonda will know that I just bring people in. We'll try to figure out where they go, right?
exactly. We'll do that. We'll do that part later. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I've got to bounce. It was a pleasure
Thank
meeting
you so
everybody.
much,
I can't
James.
Thank
wait.
you very much,
But we'll have
James.
to do another
Okay.
call where I get to actually meet everybody and have fun with that. So
Yeah,
again,
we'll
thank you
have
so much
you
for.
on
Yeah,
again. Okay.
that'd be great. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
James, you're the best. Mwah. Thank you.
Bye, Miss Tanya. Talk
Thank
soon.
you.
Happy to answer any
Thank you very
questions for
much.
you guys. If you have any, I'm happy to help.
Okay. So we're gonna have a sign up party. So just so everybody knows, it is one of those timely things. I'm not trying to be salesy or anything like that. I know some people got on here just today. I found out about this 5 days ago, and we're already at Sapphire. Rob and I, when we find something that we love and that we believe in, and Bob's taken the stuff and he's like, wow, these greens are good. But what we want you guys to know is that, fit in, wherever you can join. We looked at it again like platinum. You want to get the product and so that you can try it, right? And that's just always so you can be a product of the product. But let me go ahead and get a link and Tanya and LaFonda will have to help me at this part. So who is interested in seeing the link to join? By the way, Amy was one of the first people in.
Yeah, these are
Else
going
was
to
on here?
stack. And so that volume matters, just so you know. Like, first come, first serve for
First
hitting
come,
that.
first serve. Terry's in, Christina's in today. Valerie's already in. Let's see, we got Jessica's on here, I think. Karen, you want a link? Now you're gonna have to tell me who brought you here. So because I've had people that I brought you here. Oh, okay. So you must be on my list or my Facebook. So when I do things, I broadcast it out there. So let me just get the links, okay? Now, Tanya, if I have
Yeah.
just give them the main link, does it fall? Like, or do I have to do a left and then a right? Like
You
sign.
know, if you give them the main link, it's going to take them through the customer route instead of the membership route, but they can upgrade.
Okay.
So, and then it will fall left to right. I
Let me
would
do
say
this.
just
I'll
give
start at
half
the
of them
left.
your left and half of them your right because they're both power legs.
Okay, here's the left. Here's the left link. Make sure you guys are with the people that brought you here. So, anyone on here, bring anyone here tonight? It says, I just need to know this. Otherwise, we're going to have a sign
Yeah,
apart.
because you're going to want to get their link if
Yep,
someone brought you here.
exactly. Kathy, did you come by who? Rob or I? I mean, Rob and I are at, one account. So, Wendy, you came here with me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to watch it. So you're gonna have to tell me when you sign up because then I'm gonna have to flip it to the right link, the right leg. So I just want you guys to see my back office too. I like to always show things, right? And you guys know I'm the over the shoulder trainer. So here we go. I'm going to just share what I can share, which is I've put a Google Doc together, and this is what you'll have when you come onto the next Zoom. Don't worry, I'm gonna train you on how to do all this stuff. We're just learning, everybody together. But Rob and I did a Zoom soft launch Saturday, and already we're at Sapphire. Okay. So what you do is you have a dashboard. I might have to log back in because it logs you out, but this is what you'll get. This is what it's going to look like, your dashboard. And then you log in, and then this is where you're going to see there's only 3 links, which is cool. So like Tanya taught me, there's a left, there's a right, and then there's one main link, but we're gonna structure it to where we make sure it's even. So then you get to see your binary, which is we've got 5 on the left, 5 on the right. So we have 10 members already just in 5 days. So I like to do things on Zooms just because that way we have the recording, and I'll actually think, speaking of that, let me end the recording so I can make sure it records. So let me just do that. Let me end it. 1 second here.
And I put a little
End it.
average income
Oh,
in
there it
there.
is.